radio on. It's great. It's good. It's because I can actually push the wheel all the way back, so the alignment is. So I know that the alignment is really good, for near perfect. So the fall colors are definitely here now. As you can see, so I'm gonna go for. It's gonna rain in about an hour, like maybe 80 minutes or something like that. So I'm gonna go for a pure electric ride at the moment. Yeah. And it's gonna get also pretty cold over the weekend. It's gonna be like down to the 40s, and then next week back up to the 50s. But it might be difficult to ride when it's in the 50s. Right now it's I think it's like mid 60s. So it's at the edge of what's comfortable, for riding, I would say. Well, maybe a little bit colder would not be that bad. The other thing is I'm gonna go a little bit slower too, as I mentioned before. I think the prior wheel exploded, the wheel rim wall, like imploded outwards. And I think that's mostly due to just the high tire pressure that I was running, and also the bike has no suspension. So I'm running a little bit lower tire pressure now, and I'm not sitting back as much. I'm sitting forward a little bit more. Hopefully this also helps the pressure on the wrist. And so I'm going a little bit slower than I usually go. What the hell is in that box? I should check that box on the way back, just to make sure that no one didn't put any damn puppies or kittens inside of it. Anyway, yeah, let's go for a quick ride. The colors are coming in pretty nicely. The battery does feel like it's dying a little bit, which comes back to, and I'm not set on the plans now, but I've just been brainstorming, as obviously you know, for the next bike, which has a couple. Basically, it needs to be a 125cc equivalent, which means that it needs to have top speed around 60 miles per hour, cruise at 45. And I'd like it to have 50 miles range at 45 miles per hour. Originally, I wanted to do LTO technology, which is, obviously it's not as good as lithium ion or lithium iron phosphate in terms of energy density, but the recharge is you could recharge it like super, super quick. I mean, like lithium ion, you have like a 5 amp kind of limit. Lithium iron phosphate, you have like 5 amps, 10 amps, something like that. You could charge this thing at 100 amps. So, you could be at a full charge so quick. And I think that kind of overrides the low energy density and the weight of it. But the problem is the price, and also possibly the size. So let me shift gears a little bit. This is maybe a little bit too slow. Okay, no, I'll stay in this gear. I'm also on a lower chainring, pedal cog chainring, because obviously I'm not planning to go as fast as I did before. So I don't really need that power. Anyway, so I consulted some of the people on Endless Gear, and again, this is just conjecture at the moment. And I think I might just go with ditch the whole LTO idea. you know, because of cost prohibitions, and also there's really no place to supercharge your bike here in Wisconsin. Like, I mean, the wall sockets are like 1500 max, so I guess I could parallel to, like, I mean, when I'm on the road, I don't know. I don't think they want me charging using their sockets and possibly blowing out their fuse to recharge the bike. So a 72 volt 40 amp hour in LTO costs around $2,400, $2,500. Okay. And I actually am not gonna go lithium ion. Instead, I'm going lithium ion phosphate. There's some sellers selling used like 72 volt, 30 amp, 35 amp battery packs. And for 27 or for 2,500 for the same amount of cost, I can get a double the size, or actually a little bit over double the size of that. I can get a 72 volt, 90 amp hour battery, lithium iron phosphate, with 50 amp continuous or 50 amp max continuous discharge, 100 amp max burst discharge. That's pretty good. That certainly beats what I have now. These batteries, which are like definitely dying. So, yeah. I had to really use the gears to even get any speed on this thing. Anyway, well, now it actually shifts. So yeah, that's kind of the thing at the moment. What the fuck this car want? That's the thing. I think I'm just gonna give up on the LTO technology. It's just not the right time for it here. And if I were to do it, I'll just go lithium iron phosphate and get like 90 amp hours to 100 amp hours. Okay. So that's close to 7 kilowatts of power. And on a, you know, small light bike like that, I definitely can hit, you know, 60 miles per hour top speed easily with the right motor, obviously. And also, 45 miles or 45 miles per hour, or 50 miles at 45 miles per hour easily also with that battery. I'm pretty sure I can even go maybe 60 or maybe even 70 miles. And who the hell is gonna ride that much in a day anyway, right? So yeah, I think that's kind of if I were to do it. And then the engine and all that stuff is kind of secondary. It's all about efficiency. The mid-drive LR big block or mid-drives are just more efficient than the hubs in terms of like probably like 15 to 20% depending on, you know, whatever kind of riding you do. So I'll probably, but then the hub you don't have to worry about. You know, with the hub you don't have to worry about. You don't have to worry about the, you know, the the gears, not the gears, the chain and everything like that. So, you know, that's kind of one of, yeah, but pretty much the biggest decision. Ooh, what the hell? Oh, this is wow, I guess they're redoing the street. Yeah, it's bad. Bad on the tires. There's some big ass bumps in it. Oh, Jesus Christ. So, yeah. So that's kind of the deal. That's kind of the update. The bike is, the batteries, I checked the connections before. The batteries, for the current bike, the connections seem fine, so there's definitely something, maybe one of the batteries is bad. It seems like I'm just using a little bit too much power for the distance I'm getting. I'm not getting a lot of range. And again, these batteries are like 7,000, 8,000 miles, especially on some of the older ones. But I don't think I'll invest any more money into this bike, significant amounts of money, such as replacing a battery or something like that. I think it's pretty much done. So I'm just gonna go to this area here. There's a lake access right up here. I'm just gonna enjoy it. Just stop by, just relax a little bit. I should have brought my headphones to listen to some of the my audiobooks. Whoops. But here it is. You walk the lake access. Yeah, fall's definitely here. Not sure how many more miles I'm gonna get on this bike. I should actually I need to run the generator. I'll run the generator. I'll start it up here and run it on the way back because I do need to run it. Wow. Maybe I'll make it a windscreen or get a windscreen for this. You know, one of those mini bike windscreens will fit really well. Maybe that'll help. That's not too much. It's like $6 or something like that. But anyway, hope you guys liked that video. Yeah, giving up on the LTO. Probably going to be lithium iron phosphate, 7 kilowatt hours battery. And then, obviously, I need dual suspension, correct tires, and, you know, hopefully, and also self-titled motorcycle, self-made motorcycle license too. So yeah, it will be a lot of work. So maybe we'll see. Talk to you guys later.